Welcome to this week's Fundraising Friday. This week we're talking about engaging your entire donor pool by looking at the generation that they come from. Did you know that today's donor pool generally has people from 5 different generations? That's ranging all the way from the traditionalists who grew up during the World Wars and the Great Depression, all the way down to Gen Z, which are people who are 26 years old and younger. Depending on the generation you were born in and when you were raised, you think very differently about money, about nonprofits, and about relationships with others. So how can you engage the different donors in your database when you're looking at the different generations? Ideally, what you do is you segment and you send 5 different appeals, one to each generation. If that's not possible, then make sure that across your appeals during a given year, you are hitting each different generation and sending an appeal that's going to resonate with each one. Sometimes what you can do is send a letter and then also follow up with email and with social media that's going to hit some of the other generations. One-shot approach isn't going to work. Why is this important? Well, as I said before, each generation thinks about money differently, about nonprofits, and about the world very differently. For example, traditionalists have a lot of trust and authority. They tend to be very loyal. And so with them, you want those kinds of loyalty appeals. And you also want your letter to come from your CEO, from your board chair, or a person in authority. Gen Z and Gen Xers, on the other hand, tend to trust their friends over authority, and they want to be seen as individuals. So your appeal is going to be very different, talking about how your organization impacts them specifically, and have it come from a peer, and it's much more likely to see success. That's this week's Fundraising Friday. Thanks. Have a great weekend.